Hello, lovely people. Welcome to today's episode of Reality TV News. Reminding you, we post videos daily, so if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, smash that subscribe button so that you don't miss any important update. Okay then, the first update we have today it's about Gia Giudice. You know her from The Real Housewives of New Jersey, also Next Gen NYC. She's 24 now.
Right.
So she's put out this video on Instagram asking for a presidential pardon for her dad, Gia Giudice.
Yeah, it's quite a personal appeal, really, putting it out there so publicly.
Definitely illustrates how much this means to her. So let's maybe clarify the background for anyone who needs a refresher.
Sure. So Gia Giudice, he's 53. He was deported back in 2019. This was, connected to his conviction for bank and wire fraud.
Okay.
And Gia, in her video, she talked about how the family, herself, and her sisters, Gabriella, Milani, and Adriana, have been in this. She called it an emotional limbo.
Emotional limbo, wow.
Yeah, for over 4 years now. Since he left, she emphasized, the ongoing pain. Even if they seem strong, a parent being absent, it takes a toll.
Yeah, you can imagine. So what sort of kicked this off right now? Was there something specific?
It seems like it. Gia pointed to the recent prison releases of Todd and Julie Chrisley.
Ah, okay. The Chrisley.
Exactly. She said, watching their family get what she called a second chance, well, that really inspired her.
So she saw that and thought...
She basically said it showed her that people can be forgiven, that families can be restored, and that maybe the justice system sometimes has room for grace.
That's quite a statement. Powerful stuff.
It really is. And it leads to, what does this pardon actually mean for them?
Right. Beyond just the legal definition, what does Gia see it as?
For Gia, she framed it as more than legal forgiveness. She said it would mean healing. Healing for her sisters, her mom, Teresa.
Who reacted to the video, right?
Yeah, Teresa Giudice posted 3 heart emojis in the comments. So healing for them, the whole family, herself included. She really depicts the impact of him missing things, birthdays, graduations, big life moments. So this appeal is presented as being about making a family whole again.
She wasn't passive about it either.
Not at all.
The video actually shows her doing the work, packaging up character letters.
Yeah, bundles of them, letters written for Joe, and then it shows her physically dropping them off at the post office.
Right, and the caption was pretty clear, too.
Very direct. Let's bring Gia Giudice, my father, home together. And she tagged people.
Who did she tag?
Tagged her dad, Joe, President Donald Trump, and the White House official account. Plus the hashtag Bring Joe Home.
Wow, so using social media for a very official kind of appeal.
It's a modern approach, definitely.
Okay. Next update we have about a long-standing legal saga that seems to be reaching a critical juncture. Erika Jayne and Tom Girardi's divorce. This divorce, it's been in limbo for years, tangled up in Tom Girardi's massive legal troubles, charges of being a geriatric fraudster, suffering from dementia, facing 7 years in prison for embezzling millions.
It's a mess.
A huge mess. Legal experts had actually predicted that Erika and Tom might just remain married until his death.
Which seemed plausible for a while. But what's truly insightful here is how the legal system is finally stepping in, sort of saying enough is enough. Attorney Ronald Richards reviewed new documents that demonstrate the courts are pushing things forward now. The family law judge has reportedly had enough and has essentially told Erika, look, either get divorced or dismiss your case. There's
a court order setting a case for an order to show cause, which is basically a formal legal ultimatum.
Exactly. It demands, she explained, why the divorce shouldn't be finalized or dismissed by August 1st, 2025. So this signals a significant shift. The legal system is demanding action.
Her lawyer, Jim Welks, explained that the divorce has been stagnant because Tom is, legally speaking, unable to defend himself due to his condition. He also pointed out there's technically nothing to fight for because Erika was left with nothing and Tom's assets have all been liquidated.
Right. While the official stance is, there's nothing left to divide, Ronald Richards suggests there could be other, maybe more strategic reasons for the delay.
Like what?
Like perhaps a contrived outrage to demonstrate Erika's supposed unawareness of Tom's fraud. Because, let's be honest, many people still believe she was aware, or at least should have been.
Interesting angle.
So Erika has to make a decision by August 5th, and that could significantly impact the whole narrative surrounding her.
Next, we were going to talk about a family navigating some very public challenges. Kim and Kroy Biermann, specifically through the candid eyes of their daughter, Ariana. Let's unpack Ariana's recent revelations about her mom, Kim and Kroy's ongoing divorce drama. Ariana, who is 23, she openly discussed the, quote, difficult couple of years her family has faced. And here's where it gets really interesting. she admitted she actually begged her mom, saying, "I don't want you guys to get divorced. Please no. Like, I love your love." And Ariana suspected that Kroy's fighting for full custody was ultimately, like, the end of any hope for reconciliation. She stated there's absolutely no chance of them getting back together now, though apparently it was in the air for a while.
Right. So that custody battle was the tipping point, it seems.
Yeah. And while the divorce highlights one aspect of family tension, Ariana's story also reveals how these historical feuds, like her mom Kim's past issues with Kandi, they continue to cast a really long shadow. But sometimes, the next generation finds a way to move past it. Despite their mom's history, Ariana and Kandi's daughter, Riley Burris, who's 22, they managed to keep their friendships separate. Ariana explained they were just 10 when all that drama happened, making it hard to even visit each other. Can you imagine?
Barely kids, yeah.
Exactly. Now, as grown women, they haven't gotten into it, and she even said they want to parent trap their moms to rekindle their friendship. Okay, sticking with the Biermann family, next update we have about a more recent and particularly sensitive revelation from Ariana. This concerns her finances, specifically accusations she made against Kim and Kroy on Next Gen NYC. Ariana stated that her parents unfortunately took her money an unknown amount, and she only found out about 2 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah. She said she had no idea what they used it on, emphasizing just a complete lack of transparency. And the insider insights depict Kim as not happy about Ariana airing this dirty laundry publicly, stating that Kim doesn't understand why she is talking about it and prefers not to discuss family matters for public consumption.
Understandable from her perspective, maybe, but...
But Ariana also revealed that money was taken from her older sister, Brielle Biermann, too. She did note, though, that she gave Kim and Kroy notice before discussing it publicly.
Okay, so she warned them.
Seems like it. But despite this incredibly personal revelation, Ariana expressed a really nuanced perspective, stating that her mom, no matter what, will be her best friend forever, and that money should never ruin a family relationship. She also stated she is currently the most financially stable she's ever been and is working to rebuild. Ariana also weighed in on her mom's potential return to the Real Housewives of Atlanta, RHOA, suggesting it would be awesome because Kim is in a totally different era of her life now. And she also illuminated some surprising past impacts of Kim's RHOA appearance. She recalled that kids at school were actually banned from being her friend because their moms saw Kim drinking wine, smoking cigarettes, and saying the F word on the show.
Banned? Seriously? Because of what their mom saw on TV?
Apparently so. That's a serious consequence, right?
It absolutely is. It creates direct social consequences that often translate into, well, long-term identity challenges. It shows how the public portrayal of a parent can basically dictate the social landscape for their kids long after the cameras stop rolling.
Yeah, wild. Okay, switching gears slightly to Next Gen NYC, Ariana shared who she connected with and who she didn't. It kind of highlights the shifting alliances among reality TV's next generation. She mentioned being longtime friends with Gia Giudice, who actually introduced her to Brooks Marks. She also reconnected with Riley Burris, calling her her best friend ever, and also connected with Amira D. Spain, who is my girl and someone she double dates with often.
So forming her own circle.
Exactly. On the other hand, she admitted to not hitting it off with Charlie Zakor, describing significant disagreements, and stated flat out that Charlie is the villain of the show.
Ah, the classic reality TV villain trope. But seen through the lens of this new generation, right? Kids who grew up with the cameras pointed at their families. It's just a fascinating look at how these relationships form and fracture when so much of it is, well, for public consumption.
Okay, now next update we have about the latest dynamics unfolding on the Valley, focusing on Kristen Doute and Brittany Cartwright and how their friendship is evolving through some major life events. Let's unpack Brittany Cartwright's salty reaction to Kristen Doute's engagement to Luke Broderick. Brittany, who's 36, admitted she was so happy for them, but her saltiness, as she put it, stemmed from not being included in Luke's surprise boat proposal in Hawaii.
The FOMO's real.
Totally. Especially since other friends like Zach Wickham, Nia Bucco, and Danny Bucco were involved. She emphasized that she's Kristen's best friend and also a theme queen, loves planning events, and she had wanted to go fishing that day too.
Okay.
Brittany confessed she was also a little off and in a weird place because of all the ongoing drama with Jax Taylor at the time, which led to her being embarrassed of herself.
Right. And what's truly compelling there is the complexity of friendships under pressure. Especially when one friend perceives an exclusion, even if it wasn't meant that way. It highlights how past relational baggage, like Brittany's whole situation with Jax, can really impact new dynamics, even with her closest friends.
Yeah, definitely. And Luke explained his reasoning. He said he didn't trust Brittany to keep the secret from Jax. He feared Jax would find out and ruin the surprise, which he clarifies is why he trusted Danny and Nia Bucco instead. Brittany's reaction was apparently, but I divorced him, what's going on?
Yeah, you can see her frustration. It demonstrates that disconnect between her personal journey, feeling like she's moved on from Jackson that way, and Luke's perception based on past history.
Kristen, for her part, seemed to understand Luke's reasoning, stating one extra person could have ruined everything.
So this whole scenario really depicts that delicate balance of trust and secrecy within these tight-knit celebrity circles.
And now for some truly joyful news that really illustrates who is in Kristen's corner these days. Kristen Doute and Lou Broderick recently welcomed their baby girl, Kaya Lily. So let's unpack the aftermath of this big life event. Kristen confirmed her former boss, Lisa Vanderpump, did not reach out after the baby's birth.
No surprise there, maybe.
Kristen said it will undeniably stay that way, so yeah, probably not. However, she had a much more positive update on Lala Kent. She revealed they made up, and Lala offered a gracious apology, even lent Kristen a night nurse, and was talking her through things.
Wow, okay. That's a turnaround.
Right. And Kristen also remains in touch with Ariana Madix via text.
This really raises that important question about how major life events, like having a baby, can just dramatically reshape relationships. You see unexpected alliances forming and, well, continued estrangements. It underscores how personal milestones can completely redefine your social support system.
Totally. And Nia Bucco and Danny Bucco were highlighted as being overwhelmingly supportive, helping Kristen through her fertility journey, the pregnancy, sending daily voice memos, being always on call.
That's real friendship.
Jesse Lally also apparently gave amazing advice as a girl dad to Luke.
That's nice. It really sets the scene for this new support network around Kristen as she navigates motherhood.
But here's a detail that truly sets the scene for the depth of Kristen and Brittany's bond, despite any past hiccups like the engagement thing. Kristen revealed that Brittany Cartwright is actually Kaya Lily's emergency contact in California.
No way, really?
Yes. Brittany knew the baby's gender before Kristen did, apparently, and she loves being the emergency contact.
Okay, that demonstrates some serious underlying trust then. That commitment beneath the friendship, proving some bonds really do endure beyond the on-screen drama.
Exactly. And finally, on a lighter but maybe very telling note, Kristen made it abundantly clear who she would not trust with her new daughter, stating she would never let Jax Taylor babysit Kaya Lily, or even Luke's Deco, or her Yeti cooler.
The gecko and the Yeti, too. Okay, message received. It just goes to show, doesn't it? Even the most joyful new chapters can't quite erase those deep-seated never-evers when it comes to trust, especially with someone as unpredictable as Jax. It's a humorous yet kind of poignant reminder of how past experiences shape present boundaries, even with new life involved.
Absolutely. Well, from deeply personal divorce sagas and complex family financial revelations to the evolving dynamics of friendships amidst new life stages and legal battles, we've taken a truly illuminating deep dive into some compelling stories today.
Yeah, and if we connect this all back to the bigger picture, these personal narratives, they consistently clarify these broader themes of trust, resilience, and just navigating public lives. They remind us that even for those constantly in the spotlight, the human experience is universally complex.
Yeah.
It's characterized by the same triumphs and trials we all face, just, amplified for the world to see.
We hope this deep dive has given you a clearer, more informed perspective on these unfolding stories. As you reflect on what we've discussed, what stands out to you about how personal struggles play out in the public eye? And how do you think that constant public scrutiny truly impacts the individuals involved, in the long run? Something to think about.